So instead of that, we're going to needle. And here's where we need to address something that's important, which is I'm under the impression, in the limited exposure to Chinese medicine in the West, so I've got all these caveats that I can back out if somebody tells me I'm wrong, that there's a whole lot put around channel theory. And the specificity of the channels and where they go and what channel you are treating and whether it's got more qi in blood or less qi and more blood or all these things. But there's almost like this religious attachment to the channel, Taiyang or Shaoyang or Jueyin, and where it goes, as if like if you're off by a little bit, then it won't work because you didn't get the channel. So we have a Taiyang illness, which is in the Taiyang channel sometimes, or in the Taiyang layer, but we are needling the Shaoyang channel and the Du channel. Right? So, what's wrong? Is this wrong? Did he actually meant to say we should be needling Tianzhu on the bladder channel, on the Taiyang bladder channel? Or should this be Shaoyang? Or what's going on with this? And then we can say, you see, actually, if you look at the tendo-meridian channels, they're quite wide, and so that muscular line that's going to be tight passes here and connects here. Or we can say, hey, these points, irrespective of the channel they're on, treat wind. When we look at the names, in the acupuncture points, some are important, some are poetic, and some are 100% empirical. This is what it is, and it treats wind. So it does not matter that it's not on the Taiyang channel, even though it's a Taiyang illness or any of these things. We're treating wind. And so if we can expand our flexibility a little bit on this and realize what we're trying to do is to stimulate all of this up. Now, Taiyang illness. You gave them Guizhi Tang. They got vexed. It was not relieved. I'm banging on the table again, sorry. It was not relieved. And they were in a car accident, so they got a neck brace. Power drill? Right?
Needles.
0.6 needles.
0.6 needles, a hammer. Dispersing wind is what we're trying to do here. Ideally, dispersing wind from the head, since this is a Taiyang and it's up in the head. But rearrange your thinking. Is Hegu, Li4, where you're going to go? Are you going to move around a little bit? Are you going to move up on the head and get some of the spots up there that are tender? It's not Feng Fu and Feng Chi. It is we need to disperse the wind so that the Taiyang, which is a gentle formula, can work, and it must be gentle because we don't want a big sweat. This is a book of flexibility, and the amount of arguments I have heard about how it's this or that, and people aren't Shanghan practitioners because they are not doing this or that it's wrong because of this or that, is enough that I just went and told you all of this. So please, think about what you're trying to do, not about the herbs you're using, not about the points you're needling, but what are you trying to do? And then do that with whatever you have at hand.